we're back. So I have to apologize. I know my videos are amazing and one of the things you look forward to in your week. But I've been on some big commercial projects. There was some real bad floods in Baton Rouge, so I've been away a minute. But I've got a new video today that I think is relevant for this weekend. Obviously this weekend, 4th of July, and it's filled with barbecues, family time, swimming pools, and a whole bunch of wonderful and fun things we do within our communities. But it's also one of the more dangerous holidays, not just for adults, but for kids. So we're going to go into a little bit of firework safety, especially I live in South Louisiana, and fireworks are a pretty big thing down here. A lot of people purchase fireworks and then celebrate the 4th of July with their families with fireworks. So I want to talk about some things today that I didn't know about, and I want any of my friends and family to know about, because I don't think any of us kind of understand the dangers that can sometimes surround the whole firework activity. I'll call it that. In any case, these statistics and things I'm going to give are from the National Safety Council, so you can look them up online, nationalsafetycouncil.org. But every year, about 12,000 injuries that require actual medical treatment are recorded per year due to fireworks. 12,000, that's a big number. But a scarier number is approximately 50% of those injuries are attributed to children and teenagers. So that's a big number to me, especially someone with 3 kids and a bunch of nieces and nephews. That's a lot of kids that are getting hurt. And about 67% of those injuries happen between June 15th and July 15th. So this month that we're in. And I would also say a good percentage probably happened within this weekend. So another thing that a lot of people don't understand, and the reason I was looking this up was because obviously I work for Servpro, and 20,000 fires per year are attributed to firework and firework related accidents in the United States. 20,000 fires are started in homes due to firework accidents. So, man, those are some, sobering statistics, unfortunately, because I've played with fireworks and stuff my whole life, and we've gone to the fireworks stand and popped fireworks since I was a kid. And I had never known about these statistics. And I'm not saying these things to scare you. I'm saying them to hopefully employ an extra level of safety when participating in this type of thing for 4th of July. Obviously, prevention is my number one goal with some of these videos, is to prevent you and your family or your business from succumbing to some of the dangers that are out there within our community that we sometimes don't see. I am health and safety trained through the IICRC. I'm OSHA 10 certified, so a lot of my life has a lot to do with safety. And as I come across these things in my life, I just want to make sure that the people out in my community know them. So we're going to go over some tips that can help keep things a little safer if you choose to participate in fireworks this 4th of July season. Number one, never allow young children to handle fireworks. And there's a couple reasons. One, they have no idea what they're doing or what the danger of what they're doing could be. So oftentimes, I have kids, they put a bunch of stuff in their mouth and they do a bunch of weird things with everything. That's kids. And sometimes our assumption of risk is very different than a 4-year-old or a 5-year-old. So young children, and I'm going to leave the term young to you, but younger children really need to not be handling fireworks at all. There's a lot of dangers there with fireworks, and obviously young children are very fragile. Now, when it comes to older children, and I'm going to leave the difference between younger and older children to you, I would say about, a kid can maybe pops of fireworks at about 8 years old. Um, but under extremely close adult supervision. And by that I mean not dad 30 feet away on the back of a pickup truck participating in activities. I would say mom or dad as a helicopter parent hovering very closely to that situation that has gunpowder, fireworks, fire, and all types of things that can hurt children. Being as close as possible. And I think it's a great opportunity to teach kids safety, to teach them to wear safety glasses, maybe to teach them to wear gloves, maybe to teach them how dangerous these things can be and how responsible they need to be in participating in this type of activity. Because a lot of these injuries, I could assure you, come from a little bit more lackadaisical attitude when it comes to things that we assume are not very dangerous, when in reality can create a life-changing circumstance very quickly. The third thing is never use alcohol, never use fireworks when impaired by alcohol or drugs. I think that one speaks for itself. I think also, especially if there's kids around and just a completely dangerous situation. Fireworks are pretty random. We're not always sure where they're made. We're not always sure how strong they are. We're not always sure how well they're gonna work. And adding alcohol or any type of drug, and I would include prescription drugs to that, can create a very dangerous environment. So number 4, anyone using fireworks or standing near fireworks should be wearing protective eyewear. Fireworks explode in a number of ways, and fireworks do a number of things sometimes that they weren't necessarily planned to do. And if you're going to be around lighters, lit fireworks, and things like that, eyewear is extremely important because it only takes one time for you to lose an eye. Okay, so eyewear is preferred when using fireworks of any kind. Never hold lit fireworks in your hands. There are countless stories of people losing fingers and getting damage to their hands because they were holding a firework when they lit it and then they were going to place it in something, but the firework blew up too fast. Super dangerous. Place the firework in something, light it, eyewear, get out of there. That is the proper way to minimize your risk to fireworks. Also, never light fireworks indoors. Like I said earlier, 20,000 homes catch on fire per year due to fireworks. And a lot of that is, someone doing something that may not necessarily make sense, but at the time it seemed harmless. So all fireworks outside of the home and a good distance away. I'd say 100, maybe 150 yards away from the home before we're lighting firecrackers. Also, only use fireworks when you are a safe distance from people, from the home, and from any flammable materials. Okay? People, home, flammable materials. There have been cases of people shooting fireworks near the shed, and the shed having an old lawnmower with a rusty gas tank that never paid attention. I'm shooting fireworks, gas tank catches on fire, shed catches on fire, house next door catches on fire, and things go bad from there because we really weren't paying attention to the environment. The environment's crucial. So let's be about 100, 150 yards from homes, people who aren't in a safe environment to actually apply the fireworks, and from any flammable materials. Never point or throw fireworks at another person. I've heard of this, and this can obviously be done in jest, but this can create extremely dangerous circumstances because you don't always understand how powerful these fireworks can be or which way they're going to shoot or what can happen. So never throw or shoot a firework at another person. Only light one device at a time and maintain a safe distance after lighting. So it really is not safe to try to light 7 firework devices at the same time, because you increase the chances of things going terribly wrong for you or for someone around you. So one device at a time, get a clear distance away and wait for that to go off, and then you can approach again. Never ignite devices inside of a container. I've heard of this as well, lighting a bunch of black cats and putting them inside of a bottle or a can, and then glass goes everywhere. These things can cause severe harm to the people around. So like I said, we don't always understand how powerful some of these fireworks are, or these devices can be. So erring with caution, we don't put them inside of a container where there can be a larger explosion, and pieces of whatever that container was made out of could hurt or cut someone else. Do not try to relight or handle malfunctioning fireworks. Do not do it. Fireworks sometimes are not made of the highest quality products. And so due to that, sometimes the wicks from the fireworks will have a delay, or will go out, or will, whatever the case may be. What I would have is a separate a bucket of water, so that if a firework near where I was lighting the devices, I would have a bucket of water, a 5-gallon bucket of water. So if we lit a device that would not go off, we would immediately, with a gloved hand and protective eyewear, take that device and place it in water. That way we can saturate that device and minimize any chances that it's going to explode or go off a minute later or 2 minutes later in someone's hand, or in a trash can, or in a wastebasket and hit something. We want to minimize those things. So a 5-gallon bucket of water can kind of diffuse all of those things pretty quickly. It's also pretty imperative to have a fire extinguisher nearby, and possibly a hose nearby as well, because accidents happen. No one means to catch their house on fire. No one means to catch someone's shirt on fire. No one means for that stuff to happen, but it does happen. And when it happens, the way you minimize any secondary damage is by having a what we call a plan in place, a pre-plan before. Fire extinguishers, 5-gallon bucket of water, a hose. That way, if something catches on fire, we can put it out as quickly as possible. That will minimize any secondary damage after a fire would be started. Also, soak both spent and unused fireworks in water for a few hours before discarding. I think we kind of just went over that, but that's what the 5-gallon water is for, right? So we can soak those unused fireworks, or fireworks that may be malfunctioned. We can put them out as quickly as possible. You see that? Nice. Keep a bucket of water nearby to fully extinguish fireworks that don't go off, or in case of fire. Look, it's just it just rolls off my tongue. It's just how I do it. Anyway, last thing. This is going to sound crazy, but I've seen it a number of times growing up in South Louisiana. Never use illegal fireworks, okay? And so what I mean by illegal fireworks is sometimes my cousin's partner down the street would cut up a bunch of fireworks and make his own bigger firework. This is a mistake. This is where people get in real trouble, when they start trying to make bootleg fireworks, or try to cut up a bunch of fireworks and gather some gunpowder and wrap one up, and those things regularly hurt people. So it's already dangerous. Do not make it more dangerous. And I don't mean to rain on anyone's parade, but if with my videos I can help people be a little more aware of what's going on, that's what I'm doing them for. So be careful, pay attention to these safety tips, and I hope you have an amazing 4th of July. One more thing. Hey, sparklers are dangerous. Sparklers burn at about 2,000 degrees. Sparklers can melt some metals. So sometimes in the hands of a child, that's not quite as safe as parents think it is. Half of 25% of emergency room visits for fireworks are for young children with sparkler accidents. Either a sparkler poked someone in the eye, or a sparkler burned someone's skin, or a sparkler caught a shirt on fire. So sparklers are a firework, and you should treat them with the same safety tips that we've talked about earlier. I hope this makes sense. If you guys need anything, my name is Tim Credeur. I am a commercial large law specialist and commercial to business development specialist with Servpro of East Baton Rouge. That's our phone number behind me. And if you guys need anything, hit me up. And this is my friend Christian right over there. He's not doing anything. Yeah. Anyway, we'll see you next time. Be safe.